Welcome back, guys. Today I'm going to take a load to the dump, and while I'm taking a load to the dump in the dump trailer, we're going to talk about why we chose to go with the diesel. It's been a topic I've wanted to cover for a while and just haven't found time, so today hopefully we have time to get into maybe, why you should get a diesel. Before we get going too far into this, I just wanted to start off by saying this is in no way a means to say that you have to buy a diesel or diesel's the only way to go, or that pulling with a gas engine isn't as good, blah blah blah, all those sort of things. I know talking trucks is about like talking politics and religion. People get really into it, so I'm going to try to avoid that as much as possible and just explain why we got the diesel trucks that we've had. In the past, we had a 2006 Dodge with the 5.9 Cummins. Then we got a 2015 Ram with the 6.7 Cummins. And we are currently in a 19 F350 Powerstroke. So we've had a variety of diesel trucks, and these are just some of the reasons that we've chose to go diesel over the past 10, 15 years, whatever it's been. So hopefully this will help you out. Maybe if you're thinking about going diesel, or maybe you have a diesel and you agree. If you have any other reasons to go diesel, make sure you comment below. That way we can, have a conversation or add those to the list. All right, so let's talk for a second about maintenance and engine life and all those sort of things. A lot of people complain about the newer diesel engines not being as reliable as the old ones. That has not been my experience. But with maintenance on a diesel engine, you are going to pay more. I opened the hood on this thing, and other than a few little things, I have no idea what's going on. It's way past my pay grade. And if something breaks, I do have to take it to a shop, and I do have to pay quite a bit of money to get anything fixed. Luckily for me, knock on wood, I haven't had any real issues with my 2015 or this 2019 diesel truck. Maintenance costs on these diesel trucks is higher. It's significant. I think oil change with all the filters, everything else, is about $300 for me. So that is an extra cost. I don't know what the oil change, all that costs on a regular gas truck. It's been so long since I owned one, but I'm pretty sure it's less than what I pay. It's very important that you stay up on those things because these things are so expensive. If you do have engine failure or parts or any of that sort of stuff, it's going to cost you more. So that is one thing you do need to take into account when you're looking at a diesel truck. One of the main misconceptions with diesel trucks is that they can haul anything. Many of us have mixed up hauling and towing. Hauling and towing numbers are different for trucks. A gas engine can haul more because the engine is lighter, and hauling numbers are based on the setup of the frame and suspension and all those sort of things from the manufacturer. It cannot be changed with airbags, all that. You can add airbags and get a better ride, but it actually doesn't increase the amount of weight that you can carry. What you can tow, a diesel engine increases that because it has the higher torque numbers and all those sort of things. It can actually tow more weight than a gas engine and can do it more efficiently, all that sort of stuff. If you're wondering on what your capacities are, right here on your door, at least for most vehicles, it says what it is. You have your payload capacities, all those sort of things. So for me on my truck, the GVWR is 11,500 pounds. On my 3/4 ton Ram, it was 10,000 pounds. So this can hold 1,500 more pounds than my 3/4 ton truck could. Right here, it says the combined weight of occupants and cargo should never exceed 3,577 pounds. So that gives us a little bit of wiggle room with our fifth wheel, which is about 2,000 pounds pin weight, depending on how it's loaded, that sort of stuff, to have occupants and gas and all that stuff loaded in the truck. Overall, I don't know if the cost of ownership of a diesel is any less or any more than the cost of ownership of a gas. I think it really depends on how you take care of your vehicle. Those of us that try to take care of our vehicles the best that we can usually have fairly low maintenance costs. Those of us that don't sometimes have higher. And sometimes you just get a bad truck. It just happens. Whether it's a gas or a diesel, there are some trucks that just didn't work out very well. And if you happen to get one of those, usually you're kind of stuck with it for a while. And those ownership costs cost a lot of money. With a diesel truck, you're going to get better gas mileage, towing, than you would if you had gas powered. It pulls more efficiently. I'm not saying that you're going to get double the mileage or anything like that, but you're going to get better gas mileage. I get about 10 miles per gallon towing my trailer, depending on winds and all that sort of stuff. And I know that a lot of gas engines don't get that when towing. Some people get better, some people get worse. I mean, it all depends on where you're towing and what you're towing over and all that. But for the most part, diesels get a little bit better gas mileage when towing and even unhooked. We get about 16-ish running around town. And then if Kara's driving, we get like 14 because she has more of a lead foot than I have. Cruising out on the highway, 65, nothing hooked on. We've got up to about 22 with this truck. Our Ram got about 24, and our 2006 Dodge got about 24. So all pretty comparable, but they do pretty good gas mileage wise. You do pay a little bit more for diesel fuel, but it really kind of breaks even, in my opinion, with the cost of gas and the mileage and those sort of things. One thing I really like with the diesel engine is the confidence and control when towing a load. It doesn't matter if it's small load, big load, whatever. It just feels like the engine can handle it better, and it's less work on the engine. A lot of gas engines can pull the same load, all that sort of stuff, but to me it just feels like they are working a lot harder to do the same job that a diesel engine's doing. The new diesel trucks, at least the 3/4 ton and 1 ton trucks, are putting out around 400 horsepower and over 900 foot-pounds of torque. And that is just so much better than any other gas engine's putting out. I think the new 7.3 liter Ford gas engine is putting out something like 400 horsepower and 400 foot-pounds of torque. So when it comes to actually towing and moving loads and working an engine, the diesel engines are just way more efficient. You don't have to work them as hard to move the same load that you would with a gas engine. Like most people, we don't live full-time in our RV. I'm not a hotshot driver that, is hauling every day with my diesel truck. But for us, it's still worth having because it gives us a little bit more confidence and options. Living out here in Utah, we have a lot of mountain ranges to cross over. Whenever we go camp, we end up pulling up over a mountain of some sort. And the diesel engine just gives us so much more confidence knowing that we're able to pull our fifth wheel up over the hill. And even better, the new diesels, they all have exhaust brakes. So coming back downhill is just so much better than it used to be. In our 06 Dodge, 3/4 ton diesel, it would just freewheel downhill. It was so rough on brakes, always changing out brakes because trailers would just push it downhill. But with the new diesel trucks and the exhaust brakes or engine brakes or whatever you want to call them, they just hold back so much better. And being out here, not a flatlander, it really helps us out. If you have a diesel truck and want to comment below on why you chose diesel, go ahead and do that. I'd love to hear why you chose diesel. And if you tow with a gas engine, I'd like to hear, your experience with a gas engine. There is no real wrong or right choice. This is just all really discussion. As I said in the beginning, these are just some of my opinions on why we got a diesel, and you know, maybe it helps you out, maybe it doesn't. But if you're looking at trucks and you pull an RV or you pull larger loads, the diesel engine, in my opinion, is the way to go, as most people would agree with. Remember to like, subscribe, you know, click on that bell, all those sort of things. And above all else, enjoy your weekend.